Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, June 20th, 2017. The meeting was called to order at 6:30 p.m. and we begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We move on to our announcements, and there were no proclamations, but there were awards. Our upcoming meetings, council meetings, are scheduled for Tuesday, July 18th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, August 8th at 6:30 p.m. We have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, July 11th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, August 15th at 6:30 p.m. And then again, we were proud to acknowledge the partnership that we have with the Burnsville Community Foundation, and they made a presentation of a check for $35,000 for our winter lighting donations. And this is another great example of what a great community we have, a community that cares, a community that is compassionate, and a community that loves our city and one another. And so this contribution from the Burnsville Community Foundation allows us to enjoy the winter lights and the snowflakes throughout the winter season. We also recognize the service for our Ames Center Advisory Board Commissioner, and we always are so appreciative of the people who give of their service to advise the council. And so thank you for your service. We then move on to citizens' comments, and no one appeared before the City Council to speak to any issues. And there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And we move on to the consent agenda. And the first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing, and we approved the 2017 employment agreement with the city manager. And we approved a resolution authorizing a special archery hunting season in specified city parks. And we approved the joint powers agreement with Savage for Mosaic Cargill Levee certification. We approved and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 2017 ravine restoration and bluff court drainage repair project. We approved the resolution and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for Lady Bird Lane Phase 2 project. And we approved the plans and specifications and ordered the advertisement for bids for the groundwater treatment plant generator and rehabilitation project. And we also approved and accepted the quotes and awarded the contract for the 2017 payment condition assessments. And we approved the application of the City of Burnsville for an amendment to City Code Title 10, Zoning, Chapter 30, Signs, related to wall graphics and murals, and we adopted the interim ordinance. We approved the application for the City of Burnsville for an amendment to City Code Title 10, Chapters 7, 12, 14, and 18 to remove exterior building and structure compatibility standards for single-family, two-family, and manufactured homes. We adopted the ordinance and authorized the summary ordinance publication. And that was the end of the consent agenda. We move on to the regular agenda, and the first item on the regular agenda was the application for Valley Community Food Co-op, Inc., for a PUD, this is a Plan Unit Development Amendment, for a 9,000 square foot building expansion, a transient merchant, these are food trucks, a conditional use permit amendment to allow impervious surface to exceed 30% in the Shoreland District, a preliminary and final plat of a one-lot commercial subdivision to be known as Doble 3rd Edition, located at 13750 County Road 11. We were asked to approve the PUD amendment, the CUP amendment, and the preliminary and final plat, and to adopt the findings of fact and the ordinance. That item was presented. There was only one more condition that was added to it with the 14 conditions that were sent forward by the Planning Commission, and that was to allow a food truck during the construction season so that Valley Natural Foods can have products and for the customers and for the construction crew. So that will be allowed only during the construction period. That item was presented and approved. The next item was the regular meeting of the Economic Development Authority. So I recessed the Burnsville City Council meeting so the Economic Development Authority meeting can convene. The meeting was called to order, and there were no additions to the final agenda. And there were 2 items on the consent agenda, and that was to approve all of the minutes of the past meeting and also to approve the resolution amending Tax Increment Finance District 7 to be consistent with Minnesota law promulgated in 2017, the first special session, Chapter 1, Article 6, Section 9. That those 2 items were approved. There were no items on the regular agenda, and the meeting was adjourned. I then reconvened the Burnsville City Council meeting, and item number 7 was a ratification, and that was to approve the resolution amending the Tax Increment Finance District 7 to be consistent with Minnesota Law 2017, First Special Session, Chapter 7, Article 6, Section 9. That item was approved, and there were no other items to come before the body, and the meeting was adjourned. I'd like to remind everyone that council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight, and city council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsville.org. I'm Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me, and continue to make a difference.